What up, gang? What's poppin'? It's late. It's like 10 o'clock in Los Angeles. If you're watching from St. Louis, it's probably like 12 o'clock there, 12:16. And we're going to do a nice general read. We're going to start with the sign of Aquarius. I meant to do this earlier in the day, but I needed a break after doing the love readings. And I like took a shower and like did some skincare stuff, blah. And then, I had to charge my phone because my phone was just dying. I got my footies on. I'm a little hot, so I know Spirit just came up in the building. And I'm excited to do this read for you guys and see what type of general messages come out for us all. Well, for you, Aquarius, but you know what I mean. You know what I'm saying. All right, my Trek mix. I always say Chex mix on accident, but Trek mix is here. Snacking. I've been losing my appetite towards like food, so still trying to get some protein. You know what I'm saying? And I usually like to eat at this time of night. It's not good for you, for your digestive system, but I go to sleep pretty late. Ooh, it's hot, y'all. I just saw 1, 2, 3. Makes me feel good. Makes me feel like we're in alignment here. Ignore this shirt. It's a census shirt. Don't be counted. I don't fuck with the Census Bureau. All right, let's see what general message we have for Aquarius. Great Spirit, make this space even more whole and sacred for the sign of Aquarius. And let's get some general messages out here for the sign of Aquarius. Wow. First card out, we got the Death card here. You guys just went through a death. I'm proud of you. Usually when death has been coming at this time, you guys have kind of like rejected it. But you guys are accepting death. This is more past energy. So you're definitely going through a death. And I'm like a rebirth. Transformation. Change. It's the first card setting the tone for the entire reading. Past energy. You may have went through this death already, or you're going through it. I feel like I should take all these cards. Okay, you got the Magician card. You went through that death. You're using your ability to manifest. You're using your manifestation powers. It's so hot. Oh my God. Spirit is here. It's so hot. I was not just this hot. But you're using your ability to manifest in your life. It's like you went through this death transformation. It's almost like I'm hearing from Spirit that you used to be quite aware of manifestation and how it worked. But for some reason, your life path has kind of diverted you away from that. So now you're back on it. You're back to that magician energy where if you want something, the cards were sticking to my arm. You make it happen. You attract it into your life. You make that shit happen. And we got the Four of Swords here. The Four of Swords. So that's Aquarius element, that air, that wind, air element. The Wands, logical thinking about a situation. Maybe you're using your intuition, but you're also, you're also using your logical mind. It's like you're using a combination of both. You don't want to lean on the power of manifestation, alchemy too hard. You're thinking also deeply about something. It's so hard. I feel like it's so hard. It's so hot. I feel like I can't concentrate. I just saw 4. This 4 of Wands is obviously a 4. So look up 4, 4. Then it's a 7 here. So 47, balance. 4. You definitely want to look up 4, 4, 44. I've been seeing that number all day too. So, it's just a good card. So there's rest and restoration here. Lots of contemplation. So that's what this card is about. You went through this death, this rebirth, this transformation, all these big changes. You shed your skin, an old part of yourself, something that is no longer a part of you has died. I just saw 4, 4, 4. You're very much so protected. Your new foundation that you're working on, it's protected. You're using your power of manifestation, alchemy, the power of the elements. to manipulate in a good way things in your life. And the mental logistics that you're going through are all around rest and restoring yourself. So it's a beautiful thing, Aquarius. You understand, or you understood in your more past energy, like, yeah, I should get some rest. I should restore myself for sure. I should think. You were thinking a lot. You were resting a lot. So while you were resting, you were contemplating your life. You were contemplating, your current reality. I'm going to take this card in the reverse because that's how it came. You got the 7 of Wands coming out after that. This is the more present energy. 7 of Wands in reverse under this Death card. So there is a giving up. Your confidence is destroyed. You're overwhelmed. So even though you went through this death and you are remembering how to use your manifestation abilities, and you've rested yourself and restored yourself and contemplated your next move, contemplated your life, you still feel like you want to give up on something. Your confidence about something is destroyed. You feel overwhelmed. Yeah. And that makes sense, Aquarius, because if you were going through life before, or whatever path you were on before in life, if it was like something that you were going through lots of karmic cycles, battling all this different, all of these different things, you could be feeling very drained, right? You could be feeling very drained energetically. You could just not feel like your best self at the moment, but you're going to get there. You just went through your rebirth. After you go through rebirth, you need lots of rest, and you have to really integrate what you've just learned. Every time I start reading, I feel like it's something in my eye. I wonder if that's symbolic, because nothing was in my eye before. It's really annoying. But anyways, you want to give up. Your confidence is destroyed. You're overwhelmed by the things that you must do in your life now, or that you feel like you want to do in your life now. You got the Temperance card in reverse coming out after that. So you go to extremes. You're going through a lot of excess. You have this lack of balance. One minute you feel rested and, in your power, in your power to manipulate life to your liking in a good way, manifestation, law of attraction. You go from feeling rested and ready to be about that life to feeling not confident, feeling like you want to give up. And Spirit probably wants to let you know that you should probably find patience and find a middle path and not go to extreme so much. But at least you're growing and you're healing, because before we can perfect that balance, we go to extremes. It happens. It's normal. It makes sense. This is your present energy. So yes, you are evolving, you're growing, you're healing and changing, but you're just kind of going to extremes right now. One minute you feel very powerful, very in tune, very in your magic, in your power, rested, new, and then you kind of start feeling like the opposite, very much so not confident, ready to give up, overwhelmed. Maybe you still have a lot going on in your life. Just because you personally go through a rebirth, there's still that kind of, there's that kickback, or so to speak, of you went through a rebirth, right? So then it's everything in your life recalibrates, everything kind of restarts. So everything in your life is adjusting to your new energy. So that could be why you feel ready to give up and overwhelmed and lacking confidence, because you don't feel, easily feel like you did. But you could have, this isn't working on ego. This is not ego. This is newness. You went through a death for your highest good. It takes some time to adjust to. Finding your power and your confidence in other things outside of ego and other things that we kind of go through before we really change and rebirth ourselves. You got the 6 of Swords coming after that, falling underneath this other sword card. So it's every time, it's interesting because every time you go through something, you end it with logical thought. So here, you're in your power. You went through this rebirth, then you ended with logical thought. I logically need to rest. Then here, you're going through like this lack of balance in the extremes of like, now I feel like shit. Now I feel super not confident. Probably because you rested. Maybe you don't feel confident because you took a rest, Aquarius. Like, I totally get what you mean, because I'll take a day to rest and I'll feel completely like behind or like I'm slacking, but then I get some type of confirmation from spirit or from my higher self letting me know like, no, you needed that rest, you deserved it, like it's okay. Like, we're humans, we literally need rest. Think of all the things we're going through in this world, in this life. We all need rest. Like, let's be honest. Yeah, like I said, you got the Six of Swords coming out underneath this Four of Swords. In the upright, this is about transition, leaving behind, moving on. I literally just said that. You're going through a transition. You're leaving the old parts of yourself, the old things in your life, that old shit that you were doing. You're leaving that shit behind and you're moving on. You're changing and you're transitioning. It's beautiful. I love the energy that I'm in right now with you, Aquarius, because it feels like even though you may have moments of feeling insecure and overwhelmed, I just saw 1111 and ready to give up, you still feel very much so like grounded, more than you probably have felt in a very long time. So I just heard Spirit say, remind yourself of your growth and how far you've come in the last time you felt like you do now, even in the moments you feel insecure. Like, when was the last time you really took care of yourself, like told yourself like you deserve rest, you got it? And then you're realizing like, I'm transitioning, I'm leaving things behind and I'm moving on. This is your present energy. So you're moving on from the access. And this is your logical mind coming in, your energy, your element coming through, saying like, no worries, Aquarius. You're going through a transition. It's rocky. It's not smooth at first. It's rocky. When a butterfly comes out of its cocoon, it takes a moment to stretch its wings. I just saw 1212. I love these numbers I'm seeing. Synchronicities, confirmations that we're on the right track. You're on the right path. You're evolving just the right way at just the right timing. I feel like you need to be reminded of that, Aquarius. You deserve so much rest and rejuvenation and time to transition and time to get yourself where you want to be truly. What is going on? What else is happening for Aquarius? Future energy. Thanks, Spirit. Wow. 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 Okay. Give me one more for the future energy, Great Spirit. Oh, wow. That was perfect. Oh, wow. Okay. It's so funny because I don't mean to always compare you and Virgo together, but you guys seem to get messages that are very similar, and that's really trippy to me sometimes, because you guys are really mirroring each other very much so. I don't know, maybe like spiritually you guys are just in a very similar place, maybe. You got the Chariot here. It reminded me of when Virgos got the Hangman earlier, because the Chariot in reverse, it's like about something being held up, some type of movement being stalled. It's the Chariot. The Chariot in the upright is about movement, travel. Your Chariot taking you to a new space, because the last card you got in your present energy was about transition, moving on, leaving behind. Transition, that's movement. That's similar to the Chariot card in the upright, but you got it in the reverse. Falling under depth, falling under overwhelmed, giving up. And that's probably why you got this Chariot card in the reverse. Wow, and it's even symmetrical to Virgo. Wow, that's so crazy. And then Virgo got this card. This is the last card technically in this spread, and Virgo got it first. The first card. I just saw 1414. So many confirmations. This I can't make this shit up. Virgo got this card first in their love reading. Like the first card, you got it last. Wow. So it's like you're like tailing Virgo energy. It's like y'all are in a race, a race to healing, a race to enlightenment. But anyways, not to compare you guys aren't in a race. Like, everyone's on their own journey. I just can't help but notice that Virgo and Aquarius are in a very similar place when it comes to this healing. And this movement, this transformation, this change. I'm just looking for the Chariot in reverse so I can give you guys some more synonyms. So yeah, you have a lack of control, lack of direction, aggression. And that makes sense coming under this Death card and coming under this Seven of Wands. I'm sorry if I'm screaming. I get really passionate when Spirit is like working through me. It's hot. I'm hot on my crown. That's how I know Spirit is coming directly through me, my higher self, my guides, because I'm hot on the top of my head and it's just radiating down my body. But anyways, you have a lack of control and a lack of direction and aggression, because you got to remember, Aquarius, you are fresh from this new rebirth, this transition. You're fresh. It's going rocky. One minute you feel confident and powerful, the next minute you feel insecure and overwhelmed and ready to give up. So because you're still in that rocky place, even though you're due for movement, Spirit is just kind of slowing it down, right? Because right now, well, in the future energy, you're still probably going to be going through this rockiness a little bit, where you're going to like kind of feel like you're lacking control, lacking direction. And this is going to lead to you being a little aggressive, because when you don't feel confident, it probably results in you acting. I just saw 1616. I love these confirmation, but it's like, that's what causes you to be in this aggression. Maybe that's an Aquarian thing. Like when you don't feel your best, you come off aggressive to others because you don't feel your best. And you probably don't notice that you do it, but you do it. And Spirit wants to bring that to your attention, because instead of having movement and moving towards exactly whatever it is that you want in life, or whatever space you want to be in life, it's slowed down because you got to gain control over that first. And Spirit isn't saying, oh, you can't go because you're not ready. Spirit is just saying, we're going to slow this down, and I'm letting you know that you need to gain more control so that you can gain that control. You're an Aquarius. When you know what needs to be tweaked, you tweak it. That's why you're an air sign. You're very logical. When you know how to fix something, you fix it. You're a quick study, and that's brilliant. But you got the Prince of Cups coming out next. Finally, some cup. We got one cup card in the whole reading, but finally some cups, finally some emotions, right? Beautiful, because you rarely feel emotions, but you're getting into it. You're chasing your happiness, so you are bound to run into some actual emotion. Got the Prince of Cups. Because it's the Prince, well, it's the Prince or King of Cups. In the Rider-Waite deck, the card is called King of Cups, but in this deck, it's called the Prince of Cups. And that kind of lets us know, it kind of like I just said, you finally have cups, right? You finally have cups, meaning you finally feel emotion starting to peak. Your emotion is coming to the surface. You want to feel. Because it's the Prince in this deck, it's letting us know it's still new. It's still a young feeling of emotion. It's like newborn compassion, newborn control and balance. And the beautiful thing about this card coming out after this Chariot in reverse is that Spirit was letting you know this is your future energy. This is what you're going to go through very soon if you haven't already. You're going to realize you have a lack of control, lack of direction, and that caused you to feel aggressive when you're in that, on that lower side of the rockiness that you're going through after this big transition, right? Okay, you with me? So from that, like I said, you work on things quickly. Aquarius, you a quick study. When you see what's going wrong, when you see what gear isn't turning correctly, you go in and you adjust that gear, you fix it. You saw that you were lacking control, lacking direction, and being aggressive. So then within you, God and your higher self helped to peak this newborn sense of compassion, for you to have compassion towards yourself and towards others, so that you won't come off so aggressively. That's what's going to attract better people and better situations in your life. Because instead of feeling insecure and then automatically starting to get aggressive with people, now when you feel a little insecure, when you feel a little overwhelmed, instead you're going to react in a way of compassion. Like, you know what? Let me take care of myself. Let me give myself something that I need right now. That's having compassion for yourself. Letting other people know, you know what? I'm not feeling my best right now. I just need some space. Or I'm going to just come back when I feel better because I'm not in the best mood. When you tell people how you feel so that you don't hurt them, because like how you feel, and you communicate so that they can understand your moods, that's you being compassionate with others. And that's having a sense of control over your emotions. It's newborn. It's new. But you're quickly on your way to the King of Cups energy, where you have a full control over your emotions and you're fully emotionally mature and you're going to gain balance. And this card is perfectly falling underneath this Temperance card about having a lack of balance. I can't make this shit up. Spirit is really coming through. I'm so hot. Spirit is here. I thank you so much, Spirit. I thank you. I just saw 2022. So look up the number 222, please. Spirit is sending people into your life as we speak to help give to you what you deserve and to be a partnership with you. A partnership you deserve. But like I said, this Prince of Cups is perfectly falling under this Temperance card in reverse about having a lack of balance. This card is about maintaining balance and control over your emotions. Yeah. Then lastly, you got the 8 of Pentacles, meaning that you're working on something. You're working on yourself. You're working on whatever it is that you want to go toward in life. You're raising your standards. Your standards are higher. You saw the people who were in your life before, the situations, the places, and you thought that was good in the time being, but now you're like, nah, I could do way better than that. So in this new space, after this transition, after this death and rebirth, I just saw 21. You're going to say, you know what? I deserve better. I'm going to raise my standards because I deserve more than that. You got the 8 of Pentacles. You raise your standards and you're working on better for yourself. You're working on it actively every day, or you will be. In the future energy, you will be working on it. You're going to be thinking about it, living it, practicing it. You're going to be better so that you can attract better. That's what that card is about. Working on your material life, your home life. 8 is about infinity. So you're working on your legacy, things that you want to have in your life forever. This is some advice for you that's coming out now. We got one card coming out. We got the 6 of Pentacles. And it makes sense that this card is coming out because I feel like it's Spirit warning you about, like, when you get in that aggressive energy, when you're, you know, dealing with people, you're going to be tempted to be very stingy, very mean, very like dominant over people. Watch out for that. Spirit just wants you to know to watch out for that. No judgment. Just watch out for that. The 6 of Pentacles in reverse is about being stingy, asserting your power and dominion over people, being a tyrant, controlling, strings attached, giving to people only because you want something back. In the upright, that card is about being charitable and generous. No judgment. You just came from a very hard place in your life. You just transitioned. Like I said, you're going through that rocky period, and that's okay. But Spirit just really wants you to be aware of that energy that you get into. It's very destructive, and it can be very harmful for the new people coming into your life. And no worries, because even if you hurt a person or go through something crazy, it'll teach you quick. You're gonna say, oh, okay, I didn't know that was affecting people like that. I didn't know when I acted like that, it made people feel like that. Someone's gonna tell you how they feel, or it's just gonna be obvious. Can I get 2 more cards of advice for Aquarius, Great Spirit? 2 more cards of advice, please. Watch out for that moodiness, that stinginess, that you got all these cards in reverse. So I feel like these are all warnings on what to watch out for. But no, this one isn't. This 5 of Wands in the reverse. This is about avoiding conflicts, respecting differences. So that's that rockiness. You see it. You see that pattern playing out. 1 minute you feel strong in your power, respecting other people, avoiding conflicts. The next minute you feel stingy, overwhelmed, ready to give up, lacking control, lacking aggression. This whole row is about the death of all of these things. We got death first. It's the death of giving up, the death of destroying your confidence, the death of being overwhelmed, the death of having a lack of control, lack of direction, the death of aggression, the death of having power and dominion over others, strings attached, stinginess, being a tyrant. It's the death of all of that, but you just went through it. So it's gonna take you a while to get used to riding that bike with the training wheels off. It's gonna take you a while to get used to flying on your own. But you're gonna be in your power. You're gonna manifest, whether you know it or not, to recognize your loss of balance, to regain balance over your life, and have compassion and control, and avoid conflicts and respect the differences that you have with other people, instead of fighting with people, you know, over what is different between you and them, and just bickering with people who don't understand where you are in life, or because you're not feeling your best and giving in to those dark energies. But regardless of if you give into it or not, you're going to learn very fast how it's affecting you and how it's affecting your life. So Spirit is just warning you about these things. Oh, the Seven of Swords isn't a warning probably either. I don't know. Let's see. So the Seven of Swords in reverse is about coming clean. You're going to come clean about something. I think it's so fucking cool that you got all the swords in the same row. Spirit is really, really like particular about how it's giving you your cards. But you're going to come clean about something. You're going to rest yourself, restore yourself, think things through about your life, and transition to something better. You're going to leave the bullshit behind and move on to something better. You're going to work towards that better life. You're going to work toward it. You're going to raise your standards, and that's going to cause you to want to come clean. Or Spirit is giving you the advice to come clean to somebody about something. There's something you need to come clean about to something, to someone, or about something in order to move forward with grace in your life. You're going to be rethinking your approach, or you should rethink your approach when you're approaching a situation, or approaching a person in this new energy that you have. And there's deception. Maybe the deception is what you need to come clean about, or there could be just some deception here. Spirit could be telling you not to be deceptive. Come clean. That's all I have for you, Aquarius. I love you so much. I hope this helped. If you need anything, you know where to find me. See you in the next one. Peace.